explaining how every single UFC champion nowadays is going to lose their belts. So, we are going to get started with Flyweight with Alexandre Pantoja. So, for me, Alexandre Pantoja is a very, very good champion, and he's one of the best flyweights to ever do it actually because he has beaten Brandon Moreno, Brandon Royval, and Steve Erceg. I know that the Steve Erceg fight is more of a robbery, but he has that defense. Although he clearly lost that fight, I think that Erceg won that fight, but nothing against Pantoja. We could see his victory. Depends on how you are scoring the fight. I think that you can see the win to Pantoja or Erceg, and I think that was a really close fight. I don't know who really won that fight, but Erceg has a slight advantage in that conversation. So, who I think that is beating Alexander Pantoja? I think that Father Time, simply because now he's like 33, and I don't see many contenders beating him. And we know we have Brandon Moreno, who is not going to fight until next year. We have Brandon Royval, who is coming off a win. He beat Brandon Moreno, but I don't think that he's going to fight again Brandon Royval. Amir Albazi, maybe, but he's coming off an injury. But I don't think that he's in that level. He's not in the level of Alexander Pantoja, I don't think. Talking about Kai Kara France, he's going to fight Steve Erceg, and I don't think that they are in the level of beating Pantoja. And Steve Erceg, he needs 1 or 2 wins in order to fight Pantoja, and I don't think that's going to fight Pantoja this year. And if he beats him next year, it's going to be more of a age problem because Pantoja is going to be like 35 or 34 by that time, and we don't see many UFC champions at flyweight with that age. So it's really, really tough to think. So I don't think that the top 5 can beat Alejandro Pantoja. I will not talk about Tatsuro Taira because he's not even in the conversation. I know that you are hyping him up because he's undefeated and stuff, but he's going to be simply destroyed by Pantoja. So going next to Bantamweight, I think that the one that can beat Sean O'Malley, man, Sean O'Malley is very intelligent. He has a very high IQ for a fighter. And he looks dumb, but he's very intelligent. The thing with Sean O'Malley, I don't think that Merab is going to beat him. But if there's someone or something to beat Sean O'Malley, I think that is Merab. And I'm not saying that Merab is going to beat him, but Merab has a real chance of beating Sean O'Malley. Because looking at the top 15 of the Bantamweight division, most of the guys are strikers. And if it is a striking match, Sean O'Malley is beating most of the guys. I don't see. Maybe Peter Yan that can mix into grappling, striking with grappling, that can beat Sean O'Malley. But other than him, I don't see many guys beating Sean O'Malley. So, talking about the matchup between Sean O'Malley and Merab, I think that Merab can do the same thing that he did to Aldo. Simply smudge Sean O'Malley against the fence during 5 rounds and get the belt. It's the only thing. And the way that I see Sean O'Malley beating Merab is through a KO. And it's only this. And I think that Sean O'Malley is going to retire undefeated. I'm sorry to say, but he's going to retire undefeated. So, not undefeated because he has that loss against Marlon Vera, but we know that was a fluke, so we are going to say that he's undefeated. So, talking about featherweight, we are talking about Ilia Topuria. I think that the worst matchup to him and his downfall will be fight Max Holloway. And I'm not even kidding. Man, this guy has a real problem with leg kicks. And I was watching the Vogue fight, and it was a lot closer than I thought, than I had I remember, because Volk was piecing him up with jabs and leg kicks, and I'm sorry to say, but Volk was doing that. But Ilia Topuria had the patience to find the right time to find the knockout, and he found it. But I think that Volk was piecing him up really badly, and he was with a bruise because of the jabs. Man, Volk is a monster. I think that Max is going to do the same with him, because Max has the chin. I don't think that Topuria is knocking out Max. If he has to knock out Max, he has the chance of winning. I think only a knockout, and I think that Max will beat him. This will be the downfall of Ilia Topuria, the Max fight. So, talking about lightweight, Islam Makhachev, man, nobody is beating Makhachev at lightweight. I have only this to say: nobody's beating Islam Makhachev at lightweight. Nobody. Not even Arman, no Charles, no Justin Gaethje, and I am a big fan of Charles Oliveira, but he's not beating Islam, and Arman is not beating Islam. I think that Islam is going to retire on top, beating every single contender and maybe being double champ. And I think that the only problem with Makhachev would be go up and find a monster as Shavkat or Leon Edwards sitting as sitting champions. And but I think that he could beat Leon and Shavkat, because this guy is big, is jagged, is huge, and I think that he would beat these guys, but would be a tough matchup. But I think that Makhachev is retiring on top with 2 belts, or with the most title defenses at lightweight. So talking about Leon Edwards, I think that his worst matchup or his downfall will come from Shavkat Rakhmonov or Jack Della Maddalena. Why? Because Leon Edwards is someone that fights the fight that you propose to him. If the guy is not trying to push him to a fist fight, to a close fight, he's going to pinpoint you, beat you with leg kicks, with a jab, and run away from you. But when you have someone as Shavkat and Jack Della Maddalena that are going to fight him, make a dog fight, man, Leon Edwards is going to lose. And this is going to be his downfall. So talking about middleweight, Dricus du Plessis. Dricus du Plessis is a very intelligent guy. He has a very high IQ, and man, I think that he has a real problem fighting Israel Adesanya, because the guys that he has to fight to keep the belt are 3 of the best middleweights to ever do it. If he beats Adesanya, he will have to fight Sean Strickland. If he beats Sean Strickland, he will have to fight Robert Whittaker again. And I think that this matchup is going to be really bad to him. And I think that one of these 3 guys are going to get the job done. And Robert Whittaker, I know he beat Robert Whittaker, he beat Sean Strickland, but with Sean Strickland was a close fight that could have gone either way. And with Robert Whittaker, man, I think that was an off night from Robert Whittaker. I think that he could perform better. This is the downfall of Dricus du Plessis. I don't think that he's going to get more than 2 title defenses. I don't think so. But this is the thing. Talking about light heavyweight, I think that the downfall of Alex Pereira's downfall is going to come because of father time. He's old. He is now 37, and I think that the only thing is father time or Magomed Ankalaev, because this guy has a real wrestling background, different from the opponents that Alex Pereira had, like Hiri Prohaska, Jamal Hill, or Blachowicz, man. But Blachowicz wrestled, and he's good at wrestling. He could neutralize Israel Adesanya, but he couldn't do it with Pereira. So I think that it's a point. I think that Alex Pereira beats Magomed Ankalaev, goes up to heavyweight, fight the sitting champion, lose or wins, and then retires, because Father Time is running, and he will find Pereira, because now he's 37, and that's not that good in combat sports. So this is the downfall that I can see. Father Time catching Pereira, he losing to some contender right there, maybe Magomed Ankalaev. So talking about heavyweight, John Jones, I think he beats Stipe Miocic and goes in the sunset as the undefeated, undisputed heavyweight champion and former light heavyweight champion, because this guy is going to run from Aspinall. And if Aspinall beats Curtis Blade, is going to run from Aspinall like like a demon is running from God, you know. I think that's going to run really badly. So talking about the interim champion, our real champion, Tom Aspinall, I think that he's going to retire as the heavyweight GOAT, because if he beats Curtis, he waits to Jones to retire, then he becomes the undisputed champion. He will defend the belt at his will. He's going to beat Sirogan, Volkov, Blades again, Pavlovich, Jailton, Marcin Tybura, because he has a different game. Because he knows how to strike, he has a perfect boxing and speed for a heavyweight, and he has a nasty grappling. So I don't see someone beating Tom Aspinall right now. So this was the video. I hope you liked the video. Like and subscribe. I will see you next time.